Good morning, everyone. I feel strange. I suddenly realized that I'm the only one who wears a tie here. They told me, but I'm going to sleep with a tie, so forgot it in the morning. Anyway, welcome everyone. It's great to see all of you here, especially to see so many people who came in from abroad. Thank you, Miki, thank you, Momo, thank you to the Maala team for making this conference happen, and thank you everyone again. Friends, the price of greatness is responsibility. One cannot rise to be the leading community in the world without being involved in its problems and inspired by its causes. When Winston Churchill spoke these words, I hope you remembered, that he was referring to nations. But in today's global world, the world's leading community may well be the business community. And the price of this leadership is responsibility. A responsibility not just to shareholders, but to the triple bottom line: people, planet, and profit. And I know that I'm not telling you anything new that you don't know, but what you might not know is that in Israel, the triple bottom line is not just a good idea. It's essential to our success. We are a small country with few natural resources, but we have two key strengths. The first is our people, our diversity, and Miki, you spoke about it. If you had a chance to walk around Tel Aviv this morning, you saw that Israel is a multicultural mosaic of religions, languages, and colors. Israelis come from every corner of the world, and the majority are first and second generation immigrants. We are Jews, we are Muslims, we are Christians, Druze, Circassians, and Bedouin. Our economic success is dependent on making sure that all of these groups are fully integrated into our workforce. Take, for example, Noura. Noura, a 22-year-old Bedouin woman from the Negev desert in Israel's south. In the past, Noura, like many Bedouin women, would have had a hard time finding employment due to lack of higher education and the traditions of Bedouin society. To be honest, it's still not easy for Bedouin women, but we are working very hard to solve their problems. And I'll give you an example. The Israeli government worked with Bezeq, Israel's largest telecommunications company, to come up with a unique solution, and it is unique, setting up a call center within a mosque. Out of sensitivity to Bedouin traditions, the call center is an all-woman environment and closes earlier than other call centers. The women receive extra training so that they can handle any kind of customer. So Noura now can invest her salary in her education or in opening up a small business. The income strengthens her standing within her family and within her community. Bezeq, of course, gains dedicated employees who can easily handle both Arabic and Hebrew-speaking customers. And Israel is able to move forward on the sustainable development goals of eradicating poverty, reducing inequalities, and empowering women. Everyone gains. Our second key strength is our startup nation mentality. Israel's business culture is innovative, creative, and dynamic. We have more high-tech startups per capita than any other country in the world. The Israeli startup culture is focused not only on creating profitable high-tech companies, but on finding ways to solve the world's most pressing problems. Take the issue of water, for example, and you mentioned my past. As Minister for Environmental Protection, I worked to encourage water recycling. And I don't know if you know it, but today, nearly 90%, listen to the number, 90% of our wastewater, our sewage, is recycled. That's around 4 times higher than any other country in the world. Number 2, by the way, is Spain with less than 20% of recycling. This benefits not only Israel. Israeli water technology is helping save water and money all over the world, from California to Africa to India. Everyone gains, as I said. Our goal must be to combine our two strengths, to ensure that our diverse population is fully integrated into our high-tech economy. This requires not just financial incentives for hiring minorities, but developing educational and training programs. Companies must give back to the community and invest in the future. There's something else that makes Israel a unique CSR environment. In Israel, corporate social responsibility can contribute not just to the triple bottom line, as I mentioned, people, planet, and profits, but to a fourth P, and that is peace. Businesses can play a key role in promoting coexistence and laying the groundwork for a lasting peace. This is true both with regard to Israel's Arab and Jewish sectors and the Palestinians. Our government has committed itself to integrating Israel's Arab citizens into all sectors of the economy. Last December, we approved a 15 billion shekel plan to invest in the Arab, Druze, and Cherkessian communities. We've established 21 employment centers which assist the Arab sector with job placement and skills. These complement the work being done by the Histadrut, Israel's largest workers' union. In my role as Minister of Public Security, as an example, I am investing hundreds of millions in integrating Israel's minorities into the Israeli police and other emergency forces. These policies don't just reduce social gaps and increase economic output, they strengthen coexistence and contribute to a more peaceful society. CSR can contribute to an Israeli-Palestinian peace as well. Any viable peace must be based, first of all, on building mutual understanding and respect. Politicians can talk, and trust me, we like to talk, and I like to talk, but in the end, peace must be between peoples. Businesses, of course, can help pave the way for overcoming distrust and increasing understanding. I recently visited one of the factories in the Barkan Industrial Park in the Samaria region of the West Bank. I recommend you all to visit there. And then there I met with Ahmed, a Palestinian manager who oversees both Jews and Arabs. He explained to me that the employees park their politics at the door and focus on their common goals. The salary he receives helps support his extended family and pays for his daughter's college education. I asked him whether he ever receives negative feedback due to his work, because he's working with Jews in our side of the fence. He told me that on the contrary, his friends keep asking whether there are any job openings. I also met Yoni, the Jewish CEO of the factory, who told me that he would soon be leaving on a weekend vacation with his Palestinian employees. And that is exactly what we want to encourage and to see, friends. Peace in our region will be built only by people like Ahmad and Yoni. It will be built by bringing people together. Businesses can serve as a catalyst for peace. This is, as I see it, corporate social responsibility in the deepest sense. Unfortunately, there are those who, rather than building bridges, would like to use businesses as a political tool to drive people apart. As a political apart. I'm referring, of course, to the so-called boycott, divestment, and sanctions campaign against Israel, or as it is known, BDS. BDS aims not to further peace, but to harm Israel's economy and international standing. These BDS extremists are active in many arenas. They threaten artists planning to perform in Israel, harass Jewish college students, and violently disrupt shareholder meetings. They have identified the field of CSR as an additional arena in which they can advance their anti-Israel agenda. They lobby CSR firms and spread reports filled with distortions. Now, I know that all of you gathered here are committed to the field of CSR and its continued development. You seek to apply ethical criteria in the most professional manner. However, when I see the accusations aimed at companies doing business here by certain actors who claim to care about CSR, I can only conclude that they've been influenced by the double standards of BDS. For example, unlike in other countries where companies are expected to evaluate risk and minimize negative impacts, here companies sometimes are penalized for the very fact that they are operating in an area of political conflict. Should companies really be asked to take responsibility for political situations not in their control? I think not. Rather than attempts at dialogue, I see negative media campaigns aimed at demonizing companies. Forcing these companies to withdraw or divest from Israel will have absolutely no effect on the political situation. On the other hand, it will harm the livelihoods of thousands of Palestinians and will undermine the chances for peace. Allowing BDS claims to infiltrate the world of CSR and SRI will politicize the field and harm its image as a professional movement. Friends, this is bad not just for Israel and the CSR community, but for the billions who benefit from responsible business practices. We must not let this happen. Today and tomorrow, you will have a chance to see Israel firsthand. We have much to learn from each other. Let's work together to ensure that Israel's business community becomes a model for the best of what CSR can be. A tool to advance people, planet, profit, and peace. Thank you very much. Have a fruitful and successful conference. Thank you.